Her. Oh, look at her. The voice came from a teenage boy near the barricades, loud enough to draw a few laughs. What's she even doing here? Another kid added. People smirked, glanced over, then turned back to their phones or their coffee. She didn't react, just stood there, an elderly woman in a faded navy blue dress, gripping a small wrinkled American flag in one trembling hand and a cane in the other. Her white curls peeked out from beneath a sun hat, and on her chest, almost invisible to most, was a dull silver pin. Navy Nurse Corps. She had been there since sunrise, claiming her little corner on the curb with the kind of dignity that doesn't shout. But as the parade began with brass bands blasting and boots pounding the pavement, the crowd around her surged forward. Kids blocked her view, adults bumped her shoulders without apology. Someone even suggested she might see better at the assisted section, a few blocks down. Still, she said nothing. She just stood, back straight, eyes scanning every uniform that passed. Then the black car came into view, sleek, commanding. Inside, a Navy Admiral in full dress blues waved to the crowd. The moment he saw her, though, everything changed. His smile faded, his hand lowered. He tapped his driver. The vehicle rolled to a halt mid-procession. People started whispering, confused. Is something wrong? Did the car break down? But the Admiral stepped out, and he walked, not toward the podium, not toward the media, but across the street, straight to her. She blinked, unsure if he was even looking at her. "Ma'am," he said, voice calm but commanding, "may I escort you to the front?" She looked around, people were staring. "I'm all right," she murmured. But he wasn't asking. He offered his arm. "You were a Navy nurse. USS Solace. 1945. We've never honored you properly. Today we fix that." She hesitated, then took his arm. Slowly, carefully, they walked, the Admiral and the tiny woman the world had ignored, past stunned faces, through parted crowds, to the front row. Someone gave up a reserved seat without being asked. She sat down, clutching her flag, too overwhelmed to speak. The Admiral turned toward the formation. "Sailors," he shouted, "eyes right." And in unison, an entire block of Navy men and women turned their heads and saluted, not to the Admiral, but to her. The woman who once held the hands of dying men in combat hospitals no one wrote movies about. The woman who returned home quietly, folded her uniform, and never asked for applause. The crowd went silent. A little girl nearby whispered, "She looks like someone important." Her mother nodded, tears welling. "She is." The parade shifted. Marchers saluted. Trumpeters dipped their horns. Marines broke step just to acknowledge her. No more jokes, no more laughter, only awe. When it was all over, the Admiral came back. "Thank you for your service, Lieutenant Holloway." She smiled faintly. "And thank you for seeing me." Around them, people stepped forward. One young cadet knelt and asked if he could shake her hand. A woman pressed her palm to her chest, unable to speak. Even the teenagers who had laughed at the start just stood there, eyes lowered, silently ashamed. She didn't wear ribbons across her chest. She didn't ask for attention. But that day, she reminded an entire town what sacrifice looks like. Because sometimes the parade isn't about the bands or the generals. Sometimes it's about the quiet woman at the edge of the crowd, the one who stood, unseen, until the world finally stopped to honor her. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment where are you watching from. If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and drop a karma in the comments below.